apple variety called Margil, very old, very attractive, very richly flavoured. It's quite a light cropper, doesn't make very big apples. We've never had any really great size from this. Maybe if I'd thinned it a bit harder it might have been better. This isn't the best cared for tree in this particular portion of the orchard. Has got quite poor soil. A lot of the trees it just didn't grow ever so well, but it's a very richly flavoured apple. Its ancestry is unknown. It's a very old apple. It was certainly known in the 1700s and was being grown before then, so it's one you might want to consider as part of a heritage collection of very rare fruits. The flavour is exquisite. It's considered quite likely this was one of the ancestors of the Ribston pippin apple. It's certainly got a lot of similarities to Cox, with the the orange flush and stripe on a golden background with a little bit of striped russet, and it's a very richly flavoured apple. Not one of your top 5 or 10 if you're planting a backyard orchard for food. This would not be in your top 10 probably, but if you're planting a 20 or 30 orchard, 20 or 30 tree orchard, and you want to grow something really unusual with a quite remarkable flavour and I think a very beautiful appearance, then Margil would be one to consider. And as always, I advise people against trying to raise a new variety, because there are so many good old varieties which we are losing. But I will say this: if you are going to try to raise a new variety from a pip, take it from a really old variety which has stood the test of time, something like Ribston pippin or Adam's pearmain or Orleans Rennet or Margil. Start with an old apple, because you're more likely to get something really interesting out of that, and perhaps with some genes which confer a bit of disease resistance. But again, that's another story. You're better off not trying to raise a new apple variety, but if you want to do something for the heritage of apples and keeping useful plants alive, you're better off to find one of the many varieties which grow near where you live, and keeping a specimen of it alive for the benefit of future generations.